All right. Now I want to show you a little bit of smiling with teeth. So up in my top right corner, I'm just gonna give a brief sketch of if it was head on and if you were not looking at an image. So I did my lips and I'm just gonna show my teeth. And since my teeth are going around the mouth, they get smaller in the back and you can see less and less of them. This person definitely had braces, but so the lips, I did the same contours I did for the closed lips that just kind of go around, and then that will help indicate where the shading needs to happen. Um, and just remind me, the artist, what form is there. So I don't want to have these dark lines in between my teeth because that will make them look like there's just some inky thing between their teeth. But if you add a shadow underneath the lips, if you add shadows in the back of the mouth, and honestly, I like to erase very gently. That's what I don't want. I like to erase very gently between all of those, like what is actually a different tooth, just to show how the eyes actually see these things. And that's just a general shape of like the front of one of your front teeth. Of just remember, it has form, it has a little bit of a curvature, so you can add little bits of shadows all around and it will really help give some good definition. So I'm gonna draw that mouth, and you can see I did again a short value scale up top. um, and this person's teeth are, it's a little bit different than the one up front just because you can see their gums. um, Yeah, so I'm gonna start by giving kind of like equal distance between my teeth because teeth are generally, they're not perfectly symmetrical, but they have pretty similar symmetry and sizes. And it's just good to add some shading, some indicators, and you could shade a little bit on the tooth, you can shade a little bit on the gum, to give it that contrast. And one of the biggest tips I can honestly give for drawing teeth and smiles is just go slowly. Go slowly, take a pause, look at it, look at your image, look at it, look at your image, go slowly, take a pause, etc., etc. Um, so the light in this image is coming from close to directly in front of the person, but also from the left. So the shadows are on the right side of my drawing a little bit more. Red was an interesting choice I made for drawing this. The other thing I want to really point out and remind you about is negative spaces, which I'm just gonna keep saying is one of the most important parts of facial features. Um, but looking between those gaps between teeth, especially like the black spaces, super duper important. And don't forget to treat your lips in similar ways that we have in other things where you try to add the form, try to go and make your marks in the direction of the curvature of the lips, and really just give it that form, shape, and value. Teeth are a little time consuming just because you don't want to go too quickly and make them too dark too fast. And I think some of my lines are actually getting too dark, so before the end of this video, I'm going to want to erase a little bit. It might not be everything, but some of the lines are getting quite dark and it kind of looks like there are gaps between the teeth, and there aren't. It's just, they're two different teeth that are super close next to each other, so that I shouldn't want to have full gaps there. Something you may notice on my gummy smile is I'm leaving some highlights above where each tooth is, and that's because if you've noticed before, if you've like thought about how teeth work, the root of the teeth are in your gums, so it's just making it come up a little bit and rise a little bit. So that's just all that I'm doing there by leaving that, is leaving that indication. Yeah, so you can see I erased a little bit. I'm just adding some more details to give you a clear image of what that will be like. But bam, smile.